Never give a fuck about what other people think about you. Unless their opinion or they're close or if it matters to you. But like, I guess what I mean is if I listened to anyone, I would have been fucked. Right? Like, I knew that I had to trust myself and trust my own words and my own thoughts and my own mind more than I could trust anyone else's thoughts and mind. And it's this thing where if you don't know yourself, I've said this so many times, if you don't know yourself, you might listen to what I think you are, right? I might tell you what I think you are, but at the end of the day, that's just what I think. It's not the truth because I don't fucking know you. So how could I know what the fuck you are when I don't know you? But then if I don't know myself, how would I ever expect to know you? So when people would try to tell me who I was or who I am or what I'm capable of or who I can be or what my limits are, I always look at the person to be like, okay, well, you don't even know who you are. At least I know who I am. I might not be as financially well off as you, or I might not be as well off as you in life, but at least I know who I am in life. Like, so I knew not to listen to people who don't know who they are. Because they don't know what they're talking about, bro. Like, what? Like, and it's never on some disrespectful shit. It's just, I'm a real person, right? So I like to keep it real. That, like, you know, people would always tell me, like, that they were worried about me. Like, you have no idea. Like, bro, there was this one time, like, a group of friend of mine basically had, like, an intervention with me. And it's funny because, like, it wasn't like they said it was an intervention, but it felt like an intervention, you know, like, we're worried about you, you know, quit doing these psychedelics and quit doing these things, you know, we're worried about you. And it's like, back then I would be confused because I'm like, worried about what? Now, anyone who has ever said that sentence to me, that I'm worried about you, if I walked in a room with them right now, I would look at them and be like, bro, you should have been worried about yourself. Like, and it's not a disrespectful thing. It's that, bro, look at me. Worried about what? And it's not on some ego shit. It's on some, when people don't understand, they get scared for you for some weird reason. Like, they're like, oh, we're worried about you. You're no longer a gangster anymore. You wanted to become intelligent. Oh, we're worried about you. But that's my perspective. Their perspective is, you're losing yourself. You're becoming someone different. These drugs are making you crazy. And you're saying these drugs are taking you on a spiritual journey. And, like, of course, from their perspective, it seems crazy. You know, they're worried about me. But it's that thing of, like, whether the intention is good or not, it's not my business to... I can't listen to people, bro. I fucking can't. Like, unless they have something that I value. Like, if I value their words, their opinion, their results, then I might shut the fuck up and listen. Because regardless, I still shut the fuck up and listen. Like, I still allowed the people to have an intervention or a concerning thing where the friends are concerned about me. But because I know how to mind my business, there were situations where I could have done that with them to be like, yo, I'm concerned about your behavior or your drug use or your this or your that. But, like, I know how to mind my business. And, like, I think there's a certain boundary that needs to be respected when it comes to friendship. Like, you're not my wife. You're not my child. You're not my mother. You're not, like, whatever. So there's a certain boundary that should be respected. That boundary should also be respected with strangers in a sense where it's like, that's why I don't give a fuck what other people think. Because there's a boundary that they're crossing that would require them to even give me their opinion to think they know who I am. Like, if you think you know me, if you truly know me, then yes, you have the ability and you have my permission to cross that boundary. But if you don't know me, truly, have no idea who I am, but yet you think you know some information that could help me out, then you should give it to me in a respectful way, not in a way. You know, like, Because that's what I mean when I say you shouldn't give a fuck about what people think. What I mean is, if I was going to tell you what I think, I'm going to do it in a respectful way. That's like letting you know this is just what I think, that it's not your truth, that I don't know you, but this is just what I think. But when someone wants to come up to you acting like they know you and then saying that you're doing this wrong, or, you know, you should walk this path, or you should do this, and you have this thing you want to do, but they're telling you you shouldn't do it because of... Be wary of whether you should listen to them or not. Like, I'm telling you. You know the generic shit that everyone gets told as a man? Better go out and get that money. You better. Or what? Or what? What if I don't? Like... It's like people don't understand, and because of that, I had to be wary about what I was listening to. Because I understand where they're coming from, right? Like, yeah, it would have been great if I focused on money, but there's a reason why I didn't. And I don't have time or the need to explain it to anyone. You don't either. That's why I say you don't really need to care about what people think, because you don't owe anyone an explanation on your own fucking life. On who you are, on what you do, and why you do what you do. So, like, be wary with other people's words, including mine. Like, bro, like, there's a reason where it's like, I'm going to start doing life coaching. I'm going to start, like, giving, like, that thing, doing one-on-ones. But it's like if someone's paying me, even, like, I'm just a little wary. I've always been wary with giving people advice. Like, I live my life. That's why, like, I tend to talk about myself and document myself. Because, like, while the world is telling me that it's narcissistic to talk about yourself and your own life and your own shit, you should be talking about others. But I think it's, like, irresponsible or really ignorant to think that I know anything about anyone other than myself. So, like, yeah, I can make a video saying, hey, you should do this to help you out and you, but I don't fucking know you, and that's just manipulation that people do on the internet to make the video seem like it's about you. It's just marketing. Like, marketing to get people to, like, in your head, to get their words to you, but it's like, bro, I just want to be real. And I don't want to be in people's ears like people were trying to be in mine, telling me what to do or what not to do or how I should do, because if I listened to any of them, it would have fucked up my whole entire life. And they thought they were giving me advice to better my life. Sometimes when you think you're trying to give advice to better someone's life, maybe you should just shut the fuck up and ask them what they need from you. Not what you think they need. What do they need from you? And if they know the answer and you can help them, then help them. But if they tell you the answer and you're like, that's not what you need, what you really need is, it's like, bro, shut up. They told you what they needed. If you're going to help them, help them. If not, move on. Like, because so many people have been trying to tell me what they think I need, instead of asking me, do you know what you need and can I help you? Like, so don't try to tell someone something. Ask them so you can get to know them a little better, so you can get to understand why they're doing what they're doing or why they're making a different decision than you would have made.